everyone, and welcome to another edition of my Lagos Experience. And we are still on real estate. I'm sorry I've not been making some videos earlier. I was quite busy. And in the middle of all this, I got some calls, and some were embarrassing, some were encouraging, so to say. But it's not a new thing. That means that I'm saying something important. Today we'll be talking about pay 1,000 naira and get a plot of land. Pay as low as 1,000 naira and get a plot of land. It's norm. It's a norm with real estate these days. They will tell you to pay 1,000 naira. It has been from time and it's still ongoing right now. They will tell you to pay 1,000 naira daily for a plot of land, and the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I received some calls and some messages that said they bought into a land from a real estate company, and they paid 1,000 naira daily for 5,000 naira for a week, and that's 20,000 naira for a month. And by the time it was set for them to collect, to get allocated, they were told to pay some amount of money for extra fees, and some were even where they got was totally different from where they thought they were going to get. Basically, I'm not going to be biased on this topic. I am going to say it the way it is supposed to be, and whether you like it or not, that is the truth. If you're buying a land, if you have at least 1 million naira to buy a land, you can go to any Omonile or any real estate company or any of your relatives that want to sell any land or whatsoever, and then buy that land. 1 million naira, you see your land, you pay for it, you get your survey and everything, every other attachment attached to it, so to say. But in this case of paying 1,000 naira, just like I've been saying, and I will continue to say, and I will repeat again today, if you're buying any land from anybody, whoever the person is, even if it's your relative, you need to ask the right questions. Basically, when you pay 1,000 naira daily for a plot of land, and they will tell you the stipulated time you can pay within. Some will tell you for 4 years, some will tell you for 3 years, some will tell you, if you calculate the amount of money you're going to be paying in that 4 years, it will be amounting to something like 400,000, 500,000, depending on the calculations and the amount of land. And basically, I know a real estate company where if you pay 1,000 naira daily for a plot of land, it's not going to be a plot of land, it's going to be half plot of land, not a full plot. It's going to be an half plot of land. And those lands are not the lands you see in Ikeja, you see in Surulere, you see in Ikorodu, they are lands you see in Ibeju-Lekki. And the most interior, when you're talking about interior, you're not going to even be seeing in Isetan in Ibeju-Lekki. You're going to be seeing such in a very far place, and sometimes in Abeokuta, sometimes in Ibadan. In fact, there is a plot of land that a real estate company started with for 400,000 naira in Ibadan, around Moniya side. Now the plot of land is close to 3 million naira. So in that case, if you said you're paying 1,000 naira for a particular plot of land, and eventually you came back and said you want to build or you want to collect, you've paid everything in full, so you want to collect your money, or you want to collect your land, yes, you'll be given that land. But there are some questions you should have asked when you were paying, that you will feel they are trying to dupe you, or there are some questions you asked that they did not answer very well, and by the time they are delivering their promise, it's going to look like you've been duped, or practically you have been duped. So basically, if you are buying a plot of land, for me, I would say if you want to buy a plot of land from any real estate company, it is not advisable. I will repeat this. It is not advisable that you start paying 1,000 naira. If you cannot wait, If you cannot ask the right question, if you are not interested in the land they're about to give you, for example, you spend a whole years, you will spend a lot of years in Lagos. In fact, probably you were born in Lagos and stuff like that, and by the time you're done paying for this so-called land, you were moved to Okoba or Kobakpe in Abeokuta. It's going to sound funny, it's going to look funny, because it's like a whole new thing to you. If you don't have an investment plan, if you don't have an investment or let's say investing mind, if you don't have a mind to keep to own later or to sell later, you will feel frustrated. And this Okoba or Kobakpe that I'm talking about are not going to be the Kobakpe town. It's going to be far away. That's the way it is. I saw a poster sometimes ago, and it read, pay 10,000 naira monthly to own a land in Kobakpe. That is in Abeokuta. So I called the number and I asked for the description. In fact, the person talking to me doesn't even know the description, because I know that area they are trying to sell is like bush. As in, when I say bush, in the next 10 years, there is every probability that that place would not have developed. But that is the beauty of it. If you want to buy, if you are patient enough to buy a bush today, probably in the next 15-20 years, if you're patient enough. But if you are the type, you are not told, I'll keep saying this. I've been saying it for a long time, and I'll keep saying it. Some people bought Ibeju-Lekki 7 years ago, and they told them that in the next 7 years, you will be living in a smart city. It's going to be a smart city. It's going to be very, 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 very beautiful. No traffic, smooth roads, a transformer. A lot of promises were made. And even now, they are not halfway into it. If you are not a type that is patient enough, you will feel like you've been duped. But if you can wait another 7 years or another 10 years, of course it's going to be developed. But when I say developed, for people that cannot live, that can never had promised their ancestors that they will never live in Lagos, Ibeju-Lekki is not for you, except you want to buy, keep, and sell later. A lot of people were bashing me, saying that I was talking down on Ibeju-Lekki. I wasn't talking down on Ibeju-Lekki. I was explaining a fact a marketer will not tell you. If I want to buy land in Ibeju-Lekki and I'm looking at developing it in the next 3 years, and I have 2 million naira, I'm practically joking. Because the land you will get in Ibeju-Lekki as of today are going to be excision in process, a land that cannot be built on. And if I have excision, if I am lucky enough to get excision for that price, then I'll have to wait a very long time for people to come and start building before I can live there, even if I'm ready to build as of now. In real estate, patience is key, one. And then your marketer is important, and you need to ask the right question. Failure to ask the right questions leads to a lot of misunderstanding, leads to loss of money. And okay, I'm actually talking about pay 1,000 naira and get a plot of land. I'm not totally canceling it. I cannot cancel it. I cannot write it off. I cannot say it's totally bad. But whenever you're buying, I kept saying this because I have my reasons. In fact, the reason is not far-fetched. Yourself, probably your relative, your friends, your enemy, your neighbor, whoever, close friends, far away relatives, distant relations, must have bought into a land and regretted. The reason is because they didn't ask the right questions, and when asking the question, they were answered diplomatically. When I say diplomatically, imagine me asking that, will I be able to live in this area in the next 2 years? And the marketer is telling me, ma, I can assure you that this place is going to be developed. Come and see the landmark, come and see the house 100 meters away, come and see they won't answer you specifically, they won't answer you affirmatively that yes, in the next 2 years you can. I have seen a lot of people, a lot of clients that bought into a real estate until now, for the past 7-8 years in Ibeju-Lekki, they still can't enter into that land. They can't cultivate anything, they can't build anything because the land is still on acquisition in process. And they ask those questions then, and the answer is going to be, of course, it's there will be excise, it will be excised soon, but right now, and because of the price, you jump at it. So my basic argument today, and my few words, is going to be, if you're going to buy on 1,000 naira daily or 10,000 naira monthly, be rest assured that it's not going to be a land that will be developed in the next 5 years. It's going to be a land that will be developed probably 10-15 years. So if it is something you can wait, ask the right questions. And if it's something you can wait, then wait patiently. And when I say patiently, you have all your documents with you, you have all the evidence of payment, you have your invoices, you have your everything, and you paid in full. When you're done paying, you have probably, mind you, now this is it. If you're paying 1,000 naira daily for a plot of land, that doesn't cover the infrastructure fee. That is where fight comes. If you, as a person, they told you that they want everybody to have a house to themselves, they want everybody to have a land to themselves, and they tell you bring 1,000 naira daily and we're going to give you a land, this is it. You will pay that 1,000 naira for that amount of money, for the plot of land. There is difference between the plot of land, the payment for plot of land, and payment for infrastructures. Payment for plot of land can be 1,000 naira daily, 10,000 naira monthly, and after 2-3 years, you get your all your documents. Then you get your probably letter of allocation, provisional letter of allocation, not a physical allocation. So now you want to build. You've saved a lot. They told you to save, you saved. They wanted you to have a house yourself, you were willing to. Then you are asked to pay infrastructure fee of close to about 2 million naira. Some are as cheap as 700,000 or 1 million naira. And you paid 1,000 naira every day to accomplish your dream for 2-3 years. You paid 1,000 naira daily for 2-3 years just to accomplish that dream. Now you are ready to make everything visible. Your dream is about to come to pass. You are told to pay 1.5 or 2 million naira or even 700,000 naira cash once or probably 3 times to get hold of all the valuables, all the valid documents to that land. You start shouting. Yeah, that's because you didn't ask the right question. If you have asked, what other payments am I making? How am I making them? Can I be paying them 1,000 naira also? So when I'm paying 1,000 naira for the land, I'm paying 1,000 naira for the infrastructure fee. And mind you, when they give you a land in 2020 to be paying 1,000 naira and you finish payment in 2024, that amount of money, that infrastructure payment in 2020 is not going to be the same when it's 2024. In 2024, they can tell you that in 2020 it was 700,000. In 2024, it is now 1.6 million naira. If you had asked the right question and put it on paper, asking if the infrastructure fee is 700,000 naira now, by the time I'm done paying, will I get the same infrastructure fee, the same price? Will it still be the same price? Of course, it's not going to be. But if you are buying a land at that particular time, there's supposed to be an extension for you, or probably you start paying that infrastructure fee also 1,000 naira. But my dear, it's not always like that. When you're done paying for the land, you pay infrastructure fee to get hold of the land. And if you say you're buying for investment purpose, when you're done and you're being allocated your land, provisional letter of allocation of land on paper, and you want to resell, the land is now 7 million naira, you now want to resell to someone like me, I will ask you, do you have all the valid documents? Do you have deed of assignment? What am I getting? You start telling me that it's going to be for the land, so you will now pay infrastructure fee to the company, you will now get all that documents. No, I won't buy such a land from you. That's the truth. I won't buy such a land from you because it's not completed yet. That is why a lot of people get stuck in the middle. So by the time they finish paying, the amount of the land is now 1.5, from 400,000 to 1.5. Now you want to resell back to the company at 1.5. The company start telling you they can't buy at 1.5. They will buy it at that 400,000 and still collect administrative charge of 25% or 30% or 40%, depending on the real estate company. You need to ask the right question. So my opinion, if you are going to buy a real estate whatsoever, even if it's 100 naira per day, as low as the payment, you need to ask the right question. Ask them the right questions, and the right questions are: how much is the infrastructure fee? If I'm done paying in 2 years, if the infrastructure fee is 20,000 naira now, will it still be 20,000 naira then? If not, can I be paying the 1,000 naira from now plus the 20,000 naira infrastructure fee? For example, if it's 20,000, there is no infrastructure fee of 20,000 naira. Now, can I be paying the 1,000 naira with it, so that I will know that by the time I'm done, I've finished paying for the land and I've finished paying for infrastructure fee. So please, don't be in a rush to put down your 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira is a lot of money right now. Don't put that 1,000 naira down without asking the right question, without having it on paper, because the marketer can die one day and you are yet to finish your payment. The marketer can leave that company one day and you are yet to finish your payments. One thing or the other, the marketer can travel out of the country. The marketer can quit his or her job at that particular time. If you don't have something to hold on to it, you will be left with go and meet your marketer. Anyway, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you need to ask the right question when buying real estate. Pay 1,000 naira daily and get a plot of land needs a lot of questions. You need to ask a lot of questions. There are so many unanswered questions these days. There are so many words behind that pay 1,000 naira daily to how do they put it? Pay as low as 1,000 naira daily and get a plot of land. Please be careful. At this point, you've heard it over and over again. You won't say you've never heard it before. Once again, my name is Damilola Temitope Oyigbo, and welcome to my Lagos experience. I hope you've learned one thing or the other. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to. Press the notification button in case we put up a new video, and please try to comment, like, and also share. Somebody somewhere needs to hear this. Thank you and bye-bye.